If you want to get better at backgammon, one of the best ways to do it is by playing against a bot or software like Extreme Gammon or XG. And that's exactly what I do in this video as my friend Joe Urso joins me to play backgammon versus the bot. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, and I'll work on it. And if you love backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. Again, in this video, it's my great pleasure to welcome Joe Urso. Hello.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. How are you doing today?
Very good. Happy holidays. I know we're around the holidays right now, so happy holidays to you and your family and to everyone out there in our backgammon community.
Thank you very much. There's nothing better I can think of doing in terms of spending the holidays but other than playing backgammon. So happy to have you. And you're joining us from the New York area, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you
Yes,
originally from New
sir.
York?
I grew up on Long Island.
Okay, very good. So are you going to
Grew
be
up on Long
going to
Island. I'm
the?
actually upstate right now at my in-laws.
Oh, okay. And are you going to be going to the upcoming tournament in New York area?
Of course, I
Yeah,
will. I will be there.
I'm excited. I did a video with Lynn about it to promote it, and it looks like an outstanding tournament. I mean, so many people go there. What do you enjoy about that tournament, other than, of course, its proximity to where you live?
No, I do enjoy the amount of people that we get. It's a huge tournament. You get a lot of international players as well. There's a quite a big German contingent that comes over. The British come, so you get quite an international flavor, and just the sheer size of it. I mean, it's just the amount of players makes it a really great event, and you see everyone from the community comes out to it. So it's really a fun event.
Very good. And you've been quite active in the ABT circuit. You almost won the ABT the last year in the 2024. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a great year. Some missed opportunities that I feel like I had a chance to even improve on where I stand. But uh, my main focus is to continue to play well, continue to play aggressively, and continue to put myself in a position to have another chance to be number one again.
I remember I was watching you live in, I believe, Atlanta and Miami.
Yes, I won. I won both Atlanta and Miami. I placed in Cleveland. Three different ABT event placements with two wins, and one was at the largest tournament, which brought me close to winning. But Neil had a great year.
Yeah,
Congratulations to him. He's a fantastic player, a great teacher of the game as well. So, to be in company with him is, you know, a great achievement. Although I want more.
yeah, very good. Okay, well, good luck, much success in the future. I'll go ahead and share the
Thank
board.
you.
Are you able to see that, Joe?
Yes.
Okay, we're playing on a beautiful Gammon board with a blue and white points with the orange and white checkers that's similar to the FTH board. I tried to get something as close as possible. It'll be a 5-point match bearing off on the right. You're playing the orange checkers at the bottom, XG, the white checkers at the top. The XG board is made by Rain. He makes beautiful XG boards. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. You're welcome to consult with me as the guest. The final decision is up to you.
Okay.
And the most important thing is to have fun, and number two, to learn. So here we go.
Perfect.
All right,
Okay.
5-1. So just let me know how you'd like to play, please.
Oh, I like to split.
Split, very good. Now double four. So this is the time where you
Which
don't make the point on head. Okay, now 2-1.
so already I'm a little unsure. Um Partly because right, making the 22-point anchor right now is facing the 9-point already blocked is really not great, but I'm not sure there's much other options here. besides, if I moved up from 23 to 20, that's the other play. Uh, I think for lack of anything other constructive to do, we'll just make the 22. When I'm playing, sometimes I also like to tell myself when my opponent's made an anchor that the only way to beat that anchor is to make my own anchor. So it's just
Right.
something I always tell myself.
That's
Um,
good.
so
Also,
let's go with this, even though I don't love it.
yeah, there's a saying that I have is like, if you can't find plan B, go with plan A. I mean, there's not really a great alternative here, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's not my first choice to make the 22 there.
Yeah, we would rather roll something different. Okay, 6-4. Now 5-4.
Mm,
The race is at the
okay.
bottom right and the upper right, so
Yeah.
down 17.
All right. I think because we're down 17 and we're down what, -9 is
It would be 8. Let's see.
8.
8, yeah.
8 after the roll. I would just play 13-4.
Okay. Now 2-1. For white. Slots. Okay. Duplicating the twos. Double three.
Okay, 13-4 and then 6-3. And I don't, there's really not much. I guess one other option, let's take a look just to talk about it. I don't think I'm going to do it, is to bring 3 down and to block this way and then play 6-3. That's the other way to play it. I think I just want to make the board inside, and maybe I get a shot next turn as well. If he has to cover, if he or she uh covers from the 8 or the 9 point, maybe there's some shot, to be had where I want to at least have the start of a board. So I will do this.
Yep, very good. Now 5-3. Make it from there.
All right. So this is where we got our shot. Let's see.
All right. 2-1.
Ooh.
So you can hit.
I know. Ooh. All right. I think, what's the race? 7 pips. We just make the point. How are we looking? 4 pips. Um, hmm. All right. If we put it back, all right. If we hit, yes, we have a worse board, but we do have an anchor, and we were down 4 pips the other way. So I lean toward hitting and then playing 6-4. Alex, what do you think?
Um, well, here's the thing. So after this, we're gonna be ahead in the race, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means we're gonna want to race. We're gonna try to escape the back checkers, and it's kind of hard with this blockade, although we do have some outfield control. Um, Let me just look at this one. I mean, if you do this,
Now we're down.
yeah, now we're down, but it's relatively close. So what's gonna happen next? What do you think? I mean, I suspect White's gonna move one of these checkers, and we'll still have pretty good outfield control trying to contain these and have some sixes to be able to play. So I don't know. Maybe I would wait for a better time, but you're the guest. So let's do the 2
Mm-hmm.
here, and you can select the 1.
Hmm.
This will be a good one to analyze.
All right, I want to hit, but
Okay,
yeah,
we'll
we'll
hit.
see.
Yeah, we'll see. That's the fun thing about backgammon. You're always learning. Okay, 5-2 comes in. Now I want to roll. Okay, 6-4.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna play. Ooh, so I see a couple options.
Okay.
22-12, trying to take advantage of our race lead. All right. I think of what Michi says. If we're gonna be left with no spares in the outfield, maybe it's best to run. But the other play is what, 13-3, making the point. and potentially keeping some outfield coverage with the 7 away. All right, let's do this.
Yeah. Okay. Now 3-1. All right. 5-1.
Okay, I guess we just make the bar point here. Maybe
Yes.
they roll small.
Yeah. 5-2. Okay. Comes out. Now double one.
I think we shift up so we have our 6s out with our race lead.
Shift up here. Oh, yes.
And then I'm willing to play 4-2 and slot it.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you consider like after shifting maybe playing like this, so it's just so that if you get a shot, you don't have a blot on the board?
Uh, I mean, I consider not having the blot. I'm happy to hit the blot even with that checker down there.
Okay.
I don't like to have a spare sitting on
Yeah.
top of the 3-point.
Right, right. It's called the Dilly Builder. We had at the recent Los Angeles tournament, Dirk Sheeman gave a talk on ugly plays and he discussed this. Okay, so 6-5, 2 out. All right, so now the race is close.
Mm-hmm.
4-3.
Okay, so we're going to cover and slot the 5.
Okay. Double 5. All right. 2-1.
Okay, I guess we just make the yep and make yep. Yes, sir. Okay.
So if you were white, would you double here?
If I was white, up 11, I would. Yes, I would double because the race. I would double because I'm up 11 in the race, and contact is probably evenish on who's benefits from the contact, right? Because if orange leaves, then with only one, white may have some attacking chances, but then also if orange stays, they may have some chances to hit a shot as well in the Baron. So I would double this, and I think it's an easy take.
All right. Double and take.
Okay.
Double 3. Okay, so that was a good roll. 6-5. Down 23 before.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. All right. I don't think I want to leave with both down.
Like this, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ruling now out because we're down too many.
Okay.
All right. So it's, do we leave with 1 and keep some racing chances and just swinging it around down 12? Or do we say we're down 23, to hell with the race, and we do 7-1-8-3? Down 12. So the way I think about this, right, being down 12, right, I think of what is my if it was just a straight race, what's my chances of winning down 12, right? And so the way I would think of it is, I know that if the leader has 81, okay, my the time to double or the take point would be, I go from 81, I round up to the nearest 10, which would be 90 and then divide that by 10. So that would be 9 pips, and then I add 1 for 10 pips would be my take point. Okay. And I know 10 pips is my take point, which gives me a roughly 77-ish% chance, or 23%, 22 to 23% chance to win. Okay. And I'm 2 pips worse than that. And every pip is about 2% ish, we'll say, right?
Yeah.
So I know if I run and I'm down 12, that means I'm got only a 17 or 18% chance to win in a straight race. Right? So is it better to stay? And then my opponent now also has the pointing numbers on me, or the hit and hit, he has
If you were
two,
to run.
1. Yeah, my opponent, I now make his small numbers like, or her numbers like 2, 1, good, right? Um, a 4, 1 is good, double ace is good, right? So you're making their small numbers in a race good, which I don't like to do. So I'd probably just play 7, 1, 8, 3 here and take my chances with the other way.
Very good. 2-1, just like that. Okay, so now 6-3.
Now we're down 6 pips after the roll, but we have lack of a better chance the other way, right? So for this one, I think I'm gonna. Now we're only down 6 after the roll, right?
Correct.
This one, I think I want to come out with 2. What would you do?
Yeah, I think it's certainly reasonable. And then come out here. I mean, it does make those small aces good for the race, but you'll probably have return shots.
Yeah, it actually hurts his 6-5, right?
Yeah. Well, 6-5 would be
6,
bad anyway. Well, 6-5 is okay. 6-5 will play in.
it will play, but he has to move to the ace, right?
Right. Oh,
Um,
play in there.
all right, so I just think now down 6 pips, this is probably the way to go, considering now if the opponent misses in a straight race, it's now we have 68% chance to win, right? If the take point is up 8, 9, and which would be 77%, minus 3 more pips is 70%. So 30% chance in a straight race for orange right here.
Okay.
That's
So
all right.
2 out.
We'll try
Okay.
this.
Very good. Okay.
Mm,
So it's 6-2 can't come in. 6-2 clears. 2-1. There's the 1. And then the 2. You want to close the board or move?
yeah, let's close the board.
Close the board. Okay. 5-4. Wasn't expecting a
Oh,
lot of gammons when we took.
well.
All right,
Okay.
6-4.
And then 15 to 11.
Keep them spread.
Okay. Keep the crossovers.
So
I would go 19 to 15, and then 7 to 5. I would get my crossovers in. I always like to get crossovers. I would play 15 to 8 here without wasting any pips, since I can't get the crossover. All right.
so so that should be that.
Okay.
And then we'll go to the next game. All right. So now down 0-2 to 5. 5-way, 3-way with a 6-4. How do you like it? Make the 2-point?
I usually don't like to make the deuce just
Okay,
because I don't like to play that type of game. So I play 24-18, unless it's like super, like maybe if it was 4-away, 2-away, maybe I would. But at this score, I would still just play my 24-18, 13-9.
okay. Double 4. This is
Jeez,
we hit here. This is
got
the only
the.
time with a double 4 you come out to the 16 with both. Okay, 5-3.
Mm. Hmm. Do I want to give the opponent the chance to hit me on the 18 and hit 2 checkers? All right, I think I'm gonna play bar 22, 18, 13,
Yeah,
just to keep a blot out of play there.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
4-1. Play safe, being ahead in the race. Now double 5. Okay, so these are blocked.
Yeah, and here because I don't have a chance to really play that sort of attacking game, I I'm not going to make the ace point. I'm just going to play 13 to 3 twice.
Yeah. So Thomas Tenland is writing a book on third rolls, and he showed me actually something like this where you play double five after they've escaped. It's better to make the 3 point than make the ace point and the 3 point. Okay, so 5-2, play safe. 6-5. Okay.
Oh, we got a choice here, huh? What's the race? Ooh, we're actually up because we
And
rolled
by
the
5. Right. The
because we
double
actually
five.
rolled the double five. So since we're up, I just play 24 to 13.
Yep. Leaving another blot. Okay.
Yep.
5-4. Plays behind. Okay. 5-4.
And again, we just go, and now we can run because we're up how many? We're up five,
5.
right?
5.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're up five. Okay.
Good.
So
Okay. Yes.
so here's I think about these, right? When my opponent has an anchor that's like this, right, where it's only 4 away, I don't even think of it as an anchor, as a holding game. Okay, so I'm only thinking about what's my race. If I have enough in the race, I double. Right?
So
If the anchor for white was on 5 away or 6 away, then I would think about, okay, is there, now I have to think of the hitting and containment. But when the anchor is 4 or 3 away, I don't even think of it as, you just assume you're going to get by it without leaving a shot because you're going to roll either a double or a 6-5.
okay.
And
So
I
here.
have how many rolls to do it, right? After
Right.
I'm going to have, I have 8 numbers to roll it. So basically a quarter of the time I'm going to be able to clear easily, right? Almost a quarter. So maybe the double fours don't work, but at some
Yeah.
point they're going to move the off the 12, off the midpoint, which will leave a lot of different numbers to only one of the doubles won't work, and even then a double four, while I'm moving a lot of freight in my own board. So
That's a good way to look at it. But here, down only ahead by 2. You want to roll, of course, right?
yeah, we want to roll, but I just wanted to stop and say what I'm thinking about right now.
That's good. That's good. Okay. So now 6-5, like
Okay.
that. Okay.
Yep.
Right. So now by 7.
7. So go ahead.
Keep rolling.
Well, what I think about here is I have 114 as the leader. So I know that the take point is round up, so 12, and then add 1 is 13. So 13 pips is the take point. And I usually like to double when I have more than half of my opponent's take point. So the take point here is 13, and I have 7. So I have more than the opponent's take point. More than half. Does that make sense, Alex?
Yeah. Yeah. It makes sense.
Okay, so you know what? Just by playing by my rules, I'm gonna double this, especially when I'm down 2-0 to 5.
Let me hold on. Hold on. I accidentally hold on. Give me a second, please.
Yep. You can undo it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Give me just a second.
I know it's a pretty aggressive double, but I feel like it's not that far away and I'm down 2-0. So I might as well go for it now. And my opponent has a man on the ace point, which isn't good for the race. So let's double.
Double here, and you anticipate
And I'm
take.
sure it's a take. Oh yeah. I don't
Okay.
mind giving double takes.
So now
Okay.
4-2.
Uh I'm actually going to get the 2 crossovers in. So why don't we make
This?
yeah. Or do I just make the 4 point? Just in case they leave me a shot. Hmm. What do you think? I don't think I want to play 13-7.
So
I want to use my small numbers to fill in my points where I want them, right?
yeah, I mean, so this is what I think. There are 4 ways to win in backgammon without using the doubling cube. Number 1, the most straightforward is race. Number 2 is a blitz. Number 3 is prime, and number 4 is contact. So we're not going to blitz. We're not going to attack. and we don't want the contact. We're trying to race, right? So if you're trying to race and you're ahead in the race, this is what I would do. I know it doesn't get
Really?
the crossover and it puts these here, but there's some wastage out here too. The alternative I would do is something like this. It's like you don't really want to make the 4 point, do you? You don't want to hit. You're up in the race. That's my thought. So what would
Okay,
you?
I'm willing to play. I don't want to play 13-7 because I want my fours and twos to go onto the 5 and 4 point,
So
and
you
I
want to
don't
go like
want
this?
gaps. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, very good.
I don't
Five.
want I don't want gaps.
Yep. 3-1.
Okay, this is fine. Yep. And then we're just gonna make the five. That's heavy. Okay, now we're smoothing out. Okay.
Okay, double one. Okay, double two.
Okay, now we can bring our race down up 15. Uh, uh in or 6-4. Hmm. What do you think?
I suspect they'd be close, but I'd probably take the crossover. It gains on double fives and double sixes, then everything comes in.
Okay. I don't think it matters that much. We'll do what you
No,
do.
no, doesn't matter. Okay, 6-3. Okay, 6-3. So here's a six, and now
Hmm. Okay, let's play 5-2.
yeah, in case you roll 6-1 or 6-2. Okay, 6-5 catching up. 6-5.
Okay,
Okay,
two in.
okay. So this will be a straightforward race from here.
Ooh, we're actually down a pip.
But on roll, okay, so 6-1, gotta come in with a
Okay,
6.
and then 5-4. We want to smooth out our distribution.
Okay. 5-3.
Two off.
Okay. So 2-1,
And then, yep, six to
like that.
five.
Okay. It's really hard to redouble at 3 away, 5 away. I've found that. So that's the good news.
We're not going to see a cube. Hopefully, as soon as I say that,
Hopefully
here it
not.
comes, right?
Looking for sixes, that's good. And then you want to take it off, not fill in the 4 point.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
take it off.
Double four, okay. 3. And
Yep.
then 1. Now what? So 2, 4, okay. There we go.
Ooh.
Yeah. That double four has really helped.
Okay, so all right, let's put my math skills to work. All right, Alex. So from Crawford 5 away, right? That means what? My opponent at Crawford 2 away is 33%. And Crawford 3 away is 25. Okay. Crawford 4 away is I think 19%. And Crawford 5 away is I think 16%. Do you know those off the top of your head?
I don't. I just know you'll have to win most likely 3 games, which is 12.5%, but you might be winning some gammons there, so it's probably between that and 18. So 16 sounds right.
So I think I've memorized those down. And the other way to do it is you just memorize two of them, which is Crawford 2 away um is 33 and Crawford 3 away is 25. And then for every extra game, you take that times 0.6. So for this would be Crawford 3 away is 25, but because then 5 away is two more, so it's one more game, right? So 5 away, you take 25 and you times it by, you take 6/10 of that. So 6/10 of 25, right, is roughly 16, I think.
Okay.
That's
So
another way
you're
to
trying to
do
think
it.
whether you have a 16% chance of winning this.
Correct. All right. So now my pip count is 28 and my opponent's is 19. Right? But I have two more checkers off. So, and I see the EPC, but I wouldn't have the EPC over the
Right.
board. So I'm trying to figure out what I would do without the EPC, right? So 28 to 19. So it's 9 pips, but I have 2 extra checkers off, okay, which is um 4 pips. So now I'm only down 5, right? My opponent has a gap on the 4, which is take another 3 or 4 checkers for that, right? 3 or 4 pips. So, roughly down 1. I have, I have some misses as well. Uh, I think that this is a take based on that. The EPC here says 34-31, which if I use my formulas, right, 31 to 34, so I take the leaders pip count and I use the trice method, okay? And the trice method is what? -5 divided by 7, I think it is. So -5 is 31 minus 5 is 26, and then divided by 7 is like 3.5.
3.5, yeah.
And this is 3.1. So, and we're down 2-0. I think it's a take.
Okay, so we'll take and then of course redouble for the match, right?
Yes,
Okay. 6-1, automatic redouble. 4-3.
not great.
Nope.
I think we just played 2 off the 6. By the way, I should have asked you before you go on. What are you thinking in those types of mathy situations?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I don't do all the calculations, but I think it was a take two.
Okay. Look, I'm not the best at the math. I'm really not that good at it. So I try to, roughly that's how I'm thinking about it
Right,
over the
right, right.
board. And to a lot of players who are scared of the math or think that they need to know the math really well, I've, gotten to a stage of being, a master level 1 without being great at the math.
Yeah.
So it's definitely possible to play this game well and not know every number.
Very good. So let's continue it. Okay. Double two. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
3, 2. Still possible. Okay. So
All
now
right, and
this is the
now
question people know.
people should know, right? So, but it's okay if we don't. This is why we learn, right? I think for most tournament players, right, we all should know if you're playing in the open division what the 7 checkers are, right? So if you're on the 1 and the 6, how many times do you get off? If you're on the 5 and the 2, how many times do you get off? And if you're on the 3 and the 4, how many times do you get off?
So
It's always great to.
I did
Okay.
a video on that called two checkers, 7 pips. So it's
Hmm.
15, 19, and 17 respectively, what you said.
Yes,
If we
yes.
have a
So
chance.
so I know, like, I don't, the more you just memorize this, the less you'll have to think about it over the board and waste time, and you don't want to waste time on things that you should know. So I know to play 3 to 2 because I know that gets 19 off versus 17. But I think if you're just learning the game, you should. This is one of the things that you should commit to memory and to learn it, and so that you won't have to think about it when you're playing.
Very good. Okay. So 2-1. Here's the
Ooh,
chance. So slight favorite now.
ooh.
I'm shaking the dice. This means I'm shaking the dice.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Yes.
Very good. All right, now we'll analyze it. Outstanding play. Congratulations. So let's go through these. In the interest of time, we'll go through the interesting ones. But these were pretty
Yeah.
straightforward. The 2-1 was like, this is what we were discussing. There was nothing really better, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the 13-4 was because you're behind in the race. You wanted to stay back.
Mm-hmm.
And the double three was good. And this is the one that we were discussing whether to hit or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. You were right.
It's just, I
You
guess, a
were
lot of
right.
return shots, right? So you do this, and now threes, 2-1. Are there any other?
Yeah.
Well, double four doesn't hit, but yeah, you just don't want to get another one sent back. The race
Yeah. Yeah.
relatively
You
close.
were. Yeah. Okay. So if it's relatively close, you don't need to take the gamble. Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
and then
fair enough.
13-3 with this one was right. Okay. And then the 5-1 was just making the bar point. And the double one, these were all close. It didn't matter, but it did like shifting up. And then 4-2 or whatever. These were all close.
22, and then 8-6. Okay, it liked going inside. Okay.
8-6 or the other one that we looked at. Okay.
Okay.
And the 4-3 was just preparing the board. 2-1 was making the board, and this was the doubling decision. Okay. So it was actually a borderline double, a pretty comfortable take.
Yep. I mean, it seems fair because it's really, as I think I was saying, right? This is like right on standard, double take for race, and really I think the hitting, the contact is kind of neutral between both, so that's
Yeah.
why it's
Okay. And then yeah, this was the right idea. Didn't want to run. Although this was actually very close.
hmm, down 12 pips. It wants you to potentially go out with both.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so something I sometimes do is I paste it onto a new one and maybe modify the race, like give us a couple pips and see what happens. You ever do this
Mm.
kind of experiment on XG to see what happens? It's a
Uh,
good,
yes, I do.
and
I
look at
do
that.
this with, yeah, really. So down 10, it wants you to start moving because you're really not going to get a shot
Yeah, and then the
because there's so
alternative
many
is,
spares.
yeah, the alternative is dumping things deep in the board, which is not good for the race.
Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure I would have found that if we had the two extra pips. But okay.
So now you know for next time.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and this was the time. And then what else? There was nothing great here.
Mm-mm. Okay.
And that was pretty much it. Save the gammon. Okay. On to game two. All right, so the 6-4. Yeah, when you're behind, it does like making the 2 point, but they're close. And the 5-3. Oh, it liked keeping that out there and playing 13-8.
Just mass chaos with the after the opponent made the double fours. Okay.
Yeah, I think what it looks like, if you're hit loose, you're gonna have a lot more return shots or chances to anchor. Yeah, that's a tough
Okay,
one.
that's fair.
That's a tough one. Okay, and the double fives, as you said, like that. And the 6-5, you want to run with this ahead in the race. Very good. And the 5-4. Oh, it looks like this was close. Probably because you
Really?
keep control
Oh,
here. Yeah, but not a big deal. Doesn't matter. 6-5 was 2 down. The double was a little aggressive. Let's see. Let's take a look here and see how much you have to be up. So here you were up by 7. So let's gain a few more pips and see if that gets it close.
yep. Okay, so they're rating that contact from 4 away at least some because it without
Uh,
it
there is some contact value.
some
Okay,
contact. Okay, I usually like to think of it as there's not much value in the 4 away, but
yeah. Well, maybe I would say there's not as much value at 4 away versus 6 away, but
well,
that's
see, look how close it was, by the way, 8-4,
these were all
6-4.
close. Yeah, yeah. So these were all basically a wash. Okay. Oh,
So
look.
what if you go back to the 4-2? I know we discussed that, right?
Yeah,
There's some value in that if you make the point, you don't have to worry about making it later. And if just in case they come back a little bit, right? Only
right.
only up, right? Then you want to be able to hit the checker on the 9 point without any blocks.
That's true. That's true. Um, and then look at how interesting this is. It likes 13, 10, 6, 5, although everything is close because of all these blots on the other side.
Mm. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That really does make sense, actually. Should have thought of that.
Yeah. Um, okay, and then this one was 3 down and like these were all basically close. When they're within
Yep.
like 10 millipoints, I don't make a big deal of it. And here you saved the 6, which was good, and then the 6-5 cleared, and there was nothing much until here. the redouble. So let's see the plus plus. Yeah, it's because of the score. So this is what I do to learn about match strategy. I paste it onto a new one and change it to like money, for example. So what would you do for
Hmm.
money?
Well, unfortunately, I just saw the answer, at least what I
No,
think is the
that
answer.
was not the answer.
Well, here's how I can tell from what the answer was from that. The answer, right? Because you only had 18% winning chances,
Yeah,
right? So for the score, we knew that our take point was 16,
right.
right? So for so it was a take, right? Which is why we took after we figured that out. So that really came in handy. Uh, the way I would have did it for money is I would have thought about how much I was down. I would have did the same count essentially, which was 28 to 19, but two extra, so that's 9 pips. But I'm two extra checkers better, so that's 5 pips, right? 5 pips. Plus they have a gap on the four. That brings another 3 pips off, so that's 2 pips. So I'm down 2 pips, and but do I have wastage now? Which I do have some, not having my own 4 point maybe, right? Nothing on the four as well. So that maybe takes me back up to four-ish pips, right? So, and then the total, so four is the difference, and the take point was like 3.5, right? Is what we found.
Okay.
So I would hope I'd be able to get to a drop based on that.
Yeah. So another thing I do is like I'll change the score and let's say it was like 0-0. It's a big pass. And then trailing 0-1,
Pass,
that's a bigger pass. And this was
right?
the
Because now,
yeah.
yeah.
What if we were down four away, three away? Look at that. That becomes borderline.
Mm.
Win the match perfectly.
And then what is it at the unlimited?
That was the one we saw was
I
at one.
think it's going to be a drop. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope I'd be able to get to it that way, and
Yeah.
that's how I would think about it, at least over the board. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
let's
don't
see.
know.
What's the double two? Oh, it liked 5-3 to get the double threes. I think I screwed that up for you.
Ah, whatever.
Okay, yeah, whatever. So that was it. One at the end. Outstanding play.
It
Congratulations.
actually worked out that we didn't do it because if we didn't have the extra man off, we wouldn't have won, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, very good. I enjoyed it. What are your thoughts about the match?
I enjoyed it. I feel like I definitely learned on the the 6-5 ish, down 23 pips that you should still take your chances when your opponent has plenty of spares to play, right? You're rarely going to get the shot while you have any sort of board that you could win hitting the shot, so you might as well just race because your board's going to be crushed by the time you have a shot. So that was something that I feel like I learned from it. And I hope that our discussion provided some nugget of advice or learning for all of our viewers out there.
There is always something to learn, and it's interesting. The goals are to have fun and to learn, and I think that we accomplished both of those.
Yes, sir.
Very good. I was gonna tell you, I didn't mention this in the beginning, but I remember I was watching you in the one in Atlanta. They were playing on that beautiful Gammon board, and I spoke with some people. I want to order a Gammon board, just kind of like very similar to that one, like the Paul McGreal style with the gray background, and that one had white and yellow points. But I want to get like
Beautiful. I love that board.
yeah, the white and black. But what I want to do is the exterior leather. It normally comes in black, but what I want to do is get it like a dark gray because I remember exactly what happened. You put the black checker on the bar and nobody noticed it because it's even hard to see. So that was something it's it's difficult. You have to have contrast.
Yes, for sure, because we both did not even recognize
No, nobody
for
did.
3 rolls that there was an extra checker on the bar. Didn't even see it.
Yeah.
It was that was a bizarre, I was so focused on my checkers and taking them off, right? And you could tell that I didn't know he had the checker on the bar because I took off 2 checkers so easily without being mad that I was leaving a shot.
Right, right, right. But the
So
thing
you
is
knew
that,
I actually didn't know, right? Because I was just taking them off. I left the shot and I didn't even care,
yeah, yeah.
right? So it actually worked out. It actually worked out to his benefit because he had a shot to, right?
Right,
I
right.
don't think he was going to save the gammon anyway.
But I think he didn't even know that he had a shot because he played without the checker on the bar. You know, he was moving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, except at the end when someone
At
caught
the
it and they came
end,
in,
right,
then when
right,
we put it back to the position of where we were going to play from then on, he had a chance to hit me.
right, right. But those are beautiful boards. And speaking of beautiful boards, those ones in Miami, those legacy boards were really beautiful. Had you ever played on one before?
I hadn't played on those, and they were kind of the ones that the board is like within. It's not a separate board.
Right, it's in the
It was
table.
with it's a table. I've never played on it. It was a little bouncy, so you had to kind of start to roll a certain way, but no, it was a beautiful table.
Yeah, I think he's going to adjust the depth of it because the bar was like the thickness of less than 2 checkers, so it does bounce over it. But those are great. Those are great. Okay, well, wonderful. Joe, it's such a pleasure to have you. Do you have any final comments before we conclude the video?
Where's your next tournament going to be, Alex?
So unfortunately, I think you understand with work and family commitments, it's difficult for me to travel. And you were mentioning that it was hard for you to come to Los Angeles. I'm really only able to go to the LA tournament, but I helped out a lot. Unfortunately, we have two of them here, one in June,
Yeah,
in December, and we also have local tournaments twice a week. So we play all the time.
fantastic. Well, Alex, I really appreciate what you're doing for the game. Keep the videos up. I would love to come back on and do this again. I really appreciate you and what you're doing for everyone. So thank you.
My pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you. We have an open invitation to return at your convenience. We'll go ahead and conclude the video. Thank you to the viewers for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, and I'll work on it. And if you love Backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. Again, my book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And until then, keep rolling your dice.